That was good. That dumbbell made that stretch. Oh. What is up, YouTube? We are back with another day. We got dynamic after upper body day today. Some hip mobility, some squatted shoulder press. I'm pretty pumped about those. Those should be pretty spicy. Just finished up morning group. Morning group's the day behind me, so they were just running yesterday's session that I ran. That was posted today, so they just ran their sprints, jumps, did all of that. It was a pretty good session. Guys are still a little, you can tell from the Super Bowl weekend, especially if this is a thing, like you can tell guys that drink and guys that don't drink, like how long it takes guys that drink to recover, whether they're college athletes or not. It's like drinking has to be one of the worst things for your recovery. It's such a delayed recovery. I mean, I've seen people messed up for 72 hours post-drinking when they're consistent drinkers, when they're college like athletes that recover pretty quickly on anything. It's just they're slower, they're not as twitchy, maybe a little bit grumpier. Just not moving the way that they typically move. They don't have the intensity, but I've never really seen anything that affects, like you can talk about lack of sleep, you can talk about diet, all these things, but nothing really affects people like drinking. And so if you're an athlete that is struggling with recovery, that's for sure. I'm not gonna tell you drink or don't drink, like you do you with your life. I'm just saying recovery-wise, if you're gonna talk about all these things, that is the number one thing. I'd much rather have you do pretty much anything else other than drink. If you're gonna complain about recovery, it's just such a slow recovery, man. It's like people they're not as twitchy for super long. So we're seeing the effects of that today. Hopefully tomorrow is a little bit, we get a couple guys back, get that juice back. So if you're watching, like let's get back after it tomorrow. Thinking about this, yesterday I was here from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then basically the rest of the day was like work into quotations. I was walking to work. I was trying to get creative ideas. I was working on some posts. I was working on some podcasts. I was reaching out. And I was pretty much doing that until 10 p.m. And almost everything I do is kind of work in a way. Like even when I'm lifting, when I'm hitting softballs, like it's all tied into Yoakum strength. Like who I am is where Yoakum strength goes. And they got me thinking, it's like following and listening to a lot of entrepreneurs in quotations, just listening to a lot of people talk. It's like the big thing that people talk about is like this work-life balance. And to me, it's kind of a bullshit way of looking at things. Like you don't need work-life balance. You need a life worth balancing, you know? Like, of course you want a work-life balance. You need to balance your life out when you're spending 40 hours of your week on something you absolutely despise for a paycheck. Like, that's when you need work-life balance. When you find the thing that you were put on this earth to do, when you find the pursuit of something, a message to spread, no longer is it that work-life balance that you're searching for. And that's where I feel like we should be pushing people to. It's not to find, if you need to find a work-life balance in your life, we're doing the wrong thing for work. Like if you feel like you're in that setting of like, well, I need to live more life, like your life should be your work. Like it should be your life's work. Like those two things should be connected. You should be able to bring your community with you. You should be able to bring your family with you. That's how you should set up your life. And instead of focusing on the root cause of that problem in the American society, it's like, well, we just need more time off. We need more PTO. We need a raise so that we can do it later. It's like we're approaching it in the wrong way. You're doing the thing that you're not meant to do. That's why you need that balance. And instead of fixing that, we focus on things that don't matter. So that was something that I was thinking about yesterday. And for the entrepreneurs that feel like they're grinding maybe a little bit too much, and like I struggle with this, it's like I almost guilt trip myself into, well, I should take more days off. I should relax more. I should whatever. And I have that like indoctrinated feeling because of people telling me over and over again. It's like, you work too much, you do this, like whatever. It's like, I really fucking enjoy my work, man. And it's like somebody living in literally a different dimension giving me advice about like, I don't like my job. I see you working a lot. You must not like your job. You need a break from it. And to me, it's just such a backwards thought process that I'm really having to break myself out of. It's like, this is my life's work. My life is my work and my work is my life. And it's not that I'm grinding for some ultimate thing. It's just like, I really enjoy what I'm doing. I feel super present when I'm creating and doing these things. And the more I try to give myself leisure, the more I try to take a step out of it, the more I just like, I feel gross. I feel like I didn't do what I'm supposed to do because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And that doesn't mean like that, like softball, like that's a leisure thing for like, it's working for something. It's great, but it's leisure for me. It's relaxing. It allows I go for walks. Like I do a bunch of stuff that is really fun for me, and it's just not set up in a setting of like a party setting. And that it's just, like if I go to a party, like, and this again, this is the thing. It's like I've been guilted into, oh, I need to go to a party. I need to go be social. I need to go do these things on the outside because it's what I've been told, right? It's like you're going to burn out. You're going to do all these things. When I go to these parties, I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm miserable here. This is not what I want to do. These are not the people I want to talk with. This is not the setting I want to be in. Like, and I think I just got to get to a point, and not got to get to, I have gotten to this point, and it's more a message for the people that have felt that guilt. It's just be unapologetically yourself in the setting of do the things that you enjoy, and you're going to live a fulfilled life. What other people enjoy, and that's, again, that's not even shitting on people that party. Like, if that's what you enjoy, that's your part. Like, go and do that part. But I personally don't, and don't force that on me. Just like I won't force you. Like if I take somebody that enjoys that setting, they're not going to enjoy what I do all day. They're not going to enjoy grinding at softball, like and those things. But for the people feeling that guilt, it's like just go do things that you enjoy, whether it is work, whether it is an softball activity, it's you're playing pickleball, like those activities rather than this leisure-based activity. Leisure is found in the eye of the beholder, you know, like it's what you enjoy, and don't listen to that outside noise of people that aren't living in the same reality that you are living in. And if you are struggling and you are feeling like you do need a ton of leisure time, I think it's more important to look at why you feel like you need that leisure time and not capitalizing actually on that leisure time. If you're in an intrappable, like you can't get out of a setting and you need that job, whatever, I understand. But I know so many 20 to like 27-year-olds that are gonna spend the next I mean, I heard it this morning from a girl at her gym where she was saying, well, I'm just gonna work my corporate job until my loans are paid off then. It's like, well, you're not going to leave then. Like, I know exactly, like, it's just justifications, because then you buy the house, and it's like, well, I'll just work my corporate job until the house is paid off. And then it's, I got kids, I'm just going to work the corporate job. It's like, from that 20 to 27-year-old range, I mean, you can go even longer too, but especially that range where you really have no true responsibilities, that's where you need to go find your life's work and make it your life's work. Otherwise, you're going to spend the rest of your life justifying why you are doing something you don't enjoy, why you need that time for leisure, why you need to take a step out of it. And just rambling a little bit here, but it's like, man, just deep down, what were you put on this earth to do? What is your life message? I'm pretty passionate about it was not to sit at a fucking computer and type up numbers. Maybe if you feel that is your life's work, but for most people, you have thousands of generations of people that have gone through ridiculous traumas and battles and wars to get you to where you are at in the land of opportunity, in one of the most blessed times in the world, in the human history time frame to be alive. They went through all that to get you here so you could possibly live out your life's work, and you're deciding not to for insert justification. So, long rant there. I don't believe work-life balance is a thing. I think you need to find a life worth balancing and do the things that you actually enjoy, and find the things that you actually enjoy, and not finding escapes to enjoy. I enjoy what I do. I spend a lot of time doing it. Finding people, and I surround myself that enjoy doing what I do as well, and I've built up a really cool, fun community that is loving. And the more that I put into that community, and the more I put into unapologetically being that, the more it is rewarded. And the more that I try to pull out into what society tells me I need to do, the less fulfilled I feel. And I think we need to listen to those feelings. So with all that being said, let's go lift. Long rant to start. Let's do it. All right, so we got these squatted presses. I'm gonna use a log press bar here. Pretty spicy. Gonna be squatted down, pressing out of this bottom range here. Oh, my mic might be in a bad spot. I'm going to put my mic up here. All right, here we go. Rear at max, we're building up to. Oof. 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 Oh yeah. Out of 10, first set felt pretty good. Let's keep ripping. Ooh. 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 Oh, I gotta find a better way to unrack that. Racking is pretty easy, but unracking it's goofy. Might just stand up and then squat down. Woo! Crazy how much better you feel when you don't BP for 4 fucking hours before you lift. Man, so much more energy. Just feel like a beast. Probably say that again, thank your body, but here we go. Ah, yeah. That was a good 3 rep max right there. Woo! Those are tough. And you got nothing to drive out of. Woo! Good stuff. All right, let's show you what else we got with this. One of the nice things about those new lifts, the variety lifts, you don't really know your rep max. And I think that's really psychologically freeing for a lot of athletes is when you try a new exercise and it's truly just based off feel. Again, the whole West Side thing of you can always get a PR. Like I PR'd that lift, I felt good there. If that was a shoulder press, where even if the shoulder press felt good, I knew my old max was like 275 and I only got 270 that day. Regardless of how good that feels, the ape brain in you is like, well, fuck, dude, I'm a failure, like sucked, I did it wrong, like whatever you want to go through in your head. Whereas that, I have no idea what my max is there on that lift, and I can just go move, I can just go lift and still get a really good stimulus in and leave knowing I gave a 8 to 9 out of 10 RPE. Still got a lot of load in that overhead position, and I don't need to force myself because again, what you can do with a shoulder press, and a shoulder press is a great example because, fuck, dude, your 275 could have been a push press. You'd have no idea. You're pushing up through. You can find so many ways to game the system to just go get that number rather than just being authentic with your movements. And I think that's a big piece of the variety approach to lifting is just allows athletes to get a stimulus in almost psychologically stress-free. They can just enjoy the movement. They can try something new. And that's totally outside of the physiological world of the benefits of the variety-based movement patterns. But I think it's really nice just to be able to sometimes go into the weight room. And this is a really good thing on days when you're beat up is if I know an athlete's really beat up, I'm not going to have them try to rip a back squat, right? Because they all know their back squat numbers, a bench press, they all know those numbers. And they're going to feel like shit. Nothing's going to get out of that. They're just going to get bodied. Everything's going to feel heavy. Whereas if I have them do like a 2-plate elevated bench press or a split stance squat or just a wide stance squat, something super simple where you're still getting that squat pattern in, you're still getting that pressing pattern in, now they can have a win for that day. And they're still getting the stimulus in. So I think that's I just felt that there with that press. It's like 155 plus, it's 155. All bars are 45. You make them 45. I have no idea how much that log press bar actually weighs. It's probably 85 pounds. But the weight on there, if it was just strict shoulder press, would make me pissed off. But how that felt and how I hit a clean 3 rep max there felt amazing. I felt like a win there. I thought that was something worth talking about. Anyways, we're going to go to these overhead plyos, these shoulder throws here. Same thing we've been working with the bench press. Again, it's supposed to be partner reacted. Don't have a partner here today, so we're just going to go heavy banded, snap it back in, slow down. Then spine movement today. We're just going to be here. We got some reverse Nordics, band assisted, rope assisted, however you want to call it. Try to get the head to touch the ground. Coming back. I'm going to lose my microphone here. Woo! We're good. Banger. All right, and then the basic thing we've been working up on is these pull-ups, chin-ups, switching back and forth. Last week we had the wide grip pull-ups. This week we're going to do chin-ups. We got 35 total reps. This is the last 5 here. Ripping it again. You can do these in a couple different ways. You can do ascending weight, so like add weight, add 5 pounds every rep, or you can do same weight and try to complete it in as few sets as possible. So if I were going to do it that way, I just put this on AMRAP every single time leave like 1 in the tank, and then try to get to my total reps, which is 35 today. So if I did like 10, 8, all the way to math, you know, you got to do math there. I don't want to do math. But all the way till you get to 35. Or today I just did 7 sets of 5, added a 5 every single time we went. Probably started a little too light, but still got a nice little greasy pump in, and there should be a nice, good little 5 to end on. Yeah, we're just gonna do band resisted dips. Not the best setup for my bands, but I like these. So the top is overloaded, same as any band movements. Bottom is easier where you struggle. Wrap it around the hip, waist here, and come back up. I just got 8 of them. Oh yeah, those are good. I like those. I think those in connection with or with a weighted belt would be the best. It's a little bit too light at the bottom and it's decently heavy at the top. We're having a belt where it's constant weight with the band resistance to where you're still overloading those triceps. I think that might be the move. And then we got these spicy mother truckers. Band resisted drop catch curls. Band doesn't have to be crazy. Just pulls it down just a little bit faster. Put that baby in the middle. Move it around something low. We got drop catch here. These are tough. Oh yeah. Woo. Twitchy, baby, twitchy. Then one of our intra-sets mobility type exercises is just 100 toe or ground touches with the hand. So just bending over, touching the ground with the hand, then we come back up. One of the things that's nice to build up is that these are super progressible. So it'll be like a lot of people, they're just unable to get to the ground, touch the ground. Pick a different object to touch, and you can build it up. Even a lot of times it's just warming up and getting into the movement. So I have this med ball here. You can do the same thing. Straight legs, flex the quad, hit 25 here. You need to go 25, press and compress here. Then you can rotate something just a little bit higher here. Little 6-inch reps. You can do the same thing. Build up here, just like this. Then you can go press at the bottom. Keep it here. Press as hard as you want. Then you can even take plate here. It's a 45-pound plate, but again, 25-pound plate will give you even a little bit more range from 45, just like this. Even the 45 here, pressing all the way down, then you're coming back up, wrapping those. So you can either use that as a warm-up to get to the ground if you're able to get to the ground, or as a good progressible tool if you're just nowhere near as close to the ground. And I think that's one of the things that's really nice about a lot of these final movements is they're all regressible and progressible if you choose. Like, so the progressible way would be stand on a plate and then touch the ground. Not there yet. Barely touching the ground right now. I was pretty excited with how easy it was today to touch the ground. I remember in college, we had a challenge where we were trying to touch the ground. And like my max was like literally being able to touch that. And I was just, first time trying it today in a while, I was able to come down, touch the ground. Still not amazing, but we'll work on it. But anyways, that's a nice little progressible thing. We got 100 total touches. I already finished up my 100 touches, but a cool way to add constraints to your mobility and flexibility work. So cool. And this is going to be kind of the new exercise added in today. So a lot of times throughout the workout, we'll just try new exercises to see if they're any good. This is from Atlas and Range of Strength. They've both been doing these lateral pullovers. This arm's planted on the ground. These legs anchored in. Hips are on the bench here. Weight is behind here. And we got a little side pullover. Pulling over with that lat. Teres major. Coming up this way, I'm gonna scoot that way a little bit. Still really figuring out this movement and the spice that it could be. This is how we add in movements that we haven't tried before. stink at those. Got to master those yet. Try the other side here. Hopefully give you guys a little bit better angle. But behind the head, keeping those hips planted. This bench is a little bit higher than the one that Atlas was doing it off of. Feels like I should be a little bit lower to the ground to get this elbow flat. That's a better position. There we go. Let me out. Oh, that was pretty solid. Again, that's one where I literally just saw it on Instagram, wanted to try it out today, and probably have jacked it up. I'll have to look at what that looked like versus what it felt like. Felt like I should probably let it hang, like when I was letting that arm hang, and then pull with the lat rather than the obliques. Felt a little bit better. But when I was watching Atlas, it looked like a lot of oblique was squeezing there, but that actually felt pretty good when I was doing this position. Oh yeah, that feels nice. So anyways, you can explore and try things in your workouts. I think there's freedom to that. I could never do that exercise again. I could have done that exercise and fucking thought it was the holy grail and kept it in forever, right? Or there's probably a middle ground with a lot of stuff, but there's freedom to implement these things in your workout. It doesn't need to be your whole workout. Doesn't mean everything that you do needs to be like brand new. There's no fundamentals. There's not like, but small pieces and just try them. Like maybe I tried that and it was like, holy fuck, I've never felt that muscle before. I needed to do that more. And maybe I tried something and like, I will never do that again, but you don't know until you do those things and see if it's a tool that you can use. And I think a lot of people get stuck in their systems, or they see this exercise and they're either uncomfortable to try it because they might look goofy, or they're too like conservative and they're like, well, that's just a silly Instagram exercise. Could be. I mean, man, we're working out, dude, in one of the most controlled settings ever, right? It could be a silly exercise. I just wasted 2 minutes doing a silly. I'm not saying that's this exercise, but oh no, you wasted 2 minutes doing a silly exercise. Or you did that exercise and it was amazing for you. Or you did that exercise and you had a ton of fun doing it. Or you just, again, learned the knowledge that it was a silly exercise and we shouldn't listen to people with silly exercises. But I think a lot of times we take things a little bit too seriously. It's like, oh, fuck all this stuff. Like, we're never going to do that. Like, this is never real. That's not a real exercise. Bro, it's not that serious. We're working out. Let's see what we like. Keep your fundamentals. Again, 90% what you do should be set in stone. Spend 90% of your time looking for that other 10% and playing around with some of these weird new exercises. And I actually like that exercise. I'm not even shitting on that shit on it. I just think a lot of times people will look at a certain exercise and they just throw it out the window right away. Or again, they won't even try it. So, and if you do look silly too, man, you look silly. That's part of life. It's the fun part of life. You can look silly. You can fail in the weight room. So I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to show how much I fuck up every single day in the workout, and I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And I think a lot of coaches, it's like, I know how to not fuck up in here, right? I don't try anything new. I do the things that I'm good at. I keep conservative percentages on everything. I look like a fucking beast in front of you guys, and I keep the showcase of like, this is what training should be. It's just, man, it's just such a silly way to look at things. I'm not growing that way. I'm not having fun. I'm not exploring my own movement practice. And I think a lot of coaches get stuck and rutted in what they currently do because they're unable to get into that side. They're supposed to be an expert. They're supposed to have this all knowledge. So they never look and explore anything, because being a rookie means you can't be the expert in things. Like being the rookie in this exercise means I have to admit somebody else is the expert. Atlas is the expert, right? And for a lot of coaches, that's too big of a deal to do. And it's a very big scarcity mindsets. It's like, if I admit somebody else is an expert, nobody will train with me, because then they'll just go. It's like, it's not how that thing works. Like, there's so much. I'm an expert in certain parts. Somebody else is an expert in certain parts. And a lot of times, literally what you're an expert in is just being yourself, and people enjoy training with that person. But to become an expert in something like this exercise, or to learn what Atlas is doing or how he's approaching things, and to become an expert in Atlas's approach, like, I got to try it. And so many people just will not try any new approach to training. They get stuck. So anyways, you can look goofy in your training. You can try new things. Wasting 2 minutes of training is not going to end or destroy your training cycle, right? Doesn't matter if you're the highest level professional athlete or the lowest level athlete in high school, right? It's not that serious, okay? And that's not to say it's not that serious. Like, this stuff's it's just like, it's not that serious in the fact that it's not going to win or lose you games. It's not. If anything, it'll win you way more games because you have a way better philosophy on movement and life, and that's what's going to carry over, rather than oh, I did, instead of doing dumbbell pullovers today, I did side dumbbell pullovers. So I was like, well, I knew how to get a good ripper into dumbbell pullovers, and I didn't know how to learn the side pullover, so I wasted the training. It's like, and if that's how you approach movement, that's how you approach training, you're not living in the reality of training. So, yeah, I have a couple long rants again. Maybe I should VP before I lift, because then I'll take a little bit. I can talk. That has too much energy. I'm talking too much, but I felt like that was a good rant. So we'll keep that in. Keep rolling. Let's go. Almost done. All right, shut up, Welty. I got to finish this. All right. All right, so we got these shoulder tabs here. We got Welty watching. He's going to be on the mic here when we get our second one in. He'll be the first guest on. But we got shoulder tabs here, 25 of them coming up, touching here, ripping back and forth, working the hand, shoulder, elbow here, just like this. Welty, you got anything to add here? How are we looking?
Looks great.
Looks great.
A lot of hip movement.
A lot of hip movement, yeah. Obliques are pretty fucking sore, bro.
Your holds, or no, your 2-minute holds.
The 2-minute hold yesterday, yeah, that shit got me. Elbow's feeling good though. Usually, this used to really aggravate the elbow, so that's kind of cool. A lot of stuff we're doing for that has been paying off. Swing volume is not going down. I don't know where I'm at. I'm kind of just talking now. I'll speed this up if I miscounted and tell you guys I did 25. Whew. All right, we got 2-minute stretch here. Ripping. Let me get a timer here. Got band resisted this way because I tried like 7 other ways and got absolutely bodied. Pancake, folding forward, sinking, loving life. Oh, this is nice, Welty. Whew. Oh, that was good. That dumbbell made that stretch.
Oh. So I tell you, put something in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh. You think you needed the band?
I needed to scoop farther forward with the band. Band definitely forced give me something to push against. Otherwise, I would have sat with that dumbbell stretch rather than pulling down into it.
Oh, really? You wouldn't have used hold yourself with the dumbbell?
I don't think I would have. But I think band farther forward, so I fold up a little bit more, would have been better. Damn.
Movement or movement medicine.
Yeah. Ooh.
His spine is crazy.
That was nice. That was fucking nice. I'm a new man, Welty. I'm gonna hit bombs today. Hello. Oh, we're here. We just finished up. Welty, what'd you think?
It was great. Great behind the scenes. Great behind the scenes with influencer Austin Yoakum.
Yeah, influencer. Big YouTube guys now. We're going to get 2 of these mics, and we're going to hook one up to Welty's Yoakum Strength hat and the one up to my Yoakum Strength hat, and then we're going to lift.
Are these for sale? Are they on here?
Yeah, yes. Buy hats at thebonfire.com.
Thebonfire.com.
Bonfire.com. Plug. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What else you got today? What do you got for the people?
I don't got much. Subscribe, like, comment.
Yep. And subscribe to Henry. I'm watching you. Henry fell behind a couple of videos and hasn't been he just commented on like 3 videos today. So he's a little behind, but we're catching up.
Jumps are in memory.
Yeah. In memory of Henry. So well, I'm gonna go.
Gym record at velocity forever.
I think he has a gym record fucking everywhere. Bro, do you see him Zercher 420 or whatever? Insane. I'm gonna go sauna and ice tub, and then I got a post, and then not sauna and ice tub now. That'll be later. But I got post, sauna, ice tub, baseball group, and that's kind of it for today. What do you got today?
I got go home, get some food, see my wife. It's Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's true. You got any Valentine's Day plans?
Not really. Maybe a Hy-Vee date night, some pizza.
Okay.
Or
okay.
I think we're gonna grill. I think we're gonna grill tonight.
Nice.
Save the Hy-Vee. You got a group at 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30, and then I'm done for the night.
Oh yeah. Where's the groups at?
Velocity Training Center.
HQ admin. All right. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Keep chopping wood.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. What do you have a velocity tag? What's your saying?
Velo.
Boom.